I'm just going to do that. Okay, so welcome. So we are going to do a seated practice, even though I've got my chair here. I'm not going to use it this morning. I've just actually used it for a class that I've just finished. So you've got your yoga mat. We're simply going to lie on the floor and do some simple floor twists using the yoga postures, but we're just going to do some simple floor twists. So first of all, you just come lying down and you have space around you. So I'm just going to get myself on the ground. Now have head support because you don't want to strain your neck. Your head support can be either a folded blanket, it can be a yoga foam block, or it could be a pillow. Anything that supports your head, okay? I'm just going to get some more light on my mat. And if you have a yoga belt, you can use it, it will help. If you don't, you can adapt, as you said, with any strap. You can even hold, you can even have a towel, because we just need to bring length through the back of the legs. And we're doing all of this on the floor today. All right, so first of all, come and lie yourselves down. Always when you lie down, you need to take a seat first and tip your tail forward. When you do that, when you tip the tailbone forward, we lengthen the lower back. So you always tip your tail forward. It's just good practice for your lumbar spine and lower back. Come through slowly, lift your head up with your hands and take the back of your head on the floor. Keep your feet hip width to start and have your knees bent. Can you put your palms onto your body to start with? We're just going to tap into the breath. So you're going to put your right palm just underneath the breastbone. We don't want to bring it up too much because that will lift the elbows. We want the elbow on the floor. So we'll just leave the right palm. It's around the diaphragm really, just underneath the breastbone. The left palm will go towards the lower belly. Elbows on the floor, separate them and let them rest on the floor. And just close your eyes, leave your feet hip width. Notice if the knees want to fall inward. Try not to let the knees fall inward. We activate a little bit through the soles of the feet, separate the toes, and you press your feet. And as you press your feet, just notice if you're going to shift through the spine. Close your eyes, because it's through your awareness that you're going to create the shift from within. You take yourself inside. So you press your feet and notice, is there a connection just around the lower belly? And hopefully there's a shift of the lower belly. Feel the lower belly moving towards the navel. And then we want to take the navel towards the lower back and the lower back towards the floor. Simply, if we press our feet and feel the shift. Take a breath in to the right palm and exhale through the left palm. Now that breathing, and then you release the pressing of the feet and feel the tail tip forward. And what happens when the tail tips forward, you get your arch exaggerated a little bit around the lower back. So that's a soft movement of the spinal column as we keep doing that. As far as your breathing is concerned, think about inhale mouth, inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth. Then you want to try and switch to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Keep it slow and don't overdo the inhalation or the exhalation, as natural as possible. Then take your awareness on, can you actually inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose? That's more challenging. And the exhalation through the nose may fall short, which is fine. Just observe. It's your breath that you're practicing with. And if it falls short as you exhale through the nose, you can then carry on exhaling through your throat. So it's just a soft, audible sound through the back of the throat. Okay, but while you're practicing, you also try and work with your own breath. And then just go back to whatever your breath is. Do nothing with it. Just observe what it does. So we're going to press our feet, connect, tailbone changes, inner thighs activate, lower belly to navel, navel to spine, inhale, exhale, keep moving the lower belly to navel, Feel the connection. And then release the pressing of the feet and let the tail tip towards the heels. So just as a gentle spinal wave. Press your feet once more. Connect as you press the feet, lower belly to navel, to spine, to the ground. Inhale. Keep pressing. Try not to strain through the throat. Exhale. And release. That's it. Just let it go. Release the hands on the floor. Palms can face down. Arms are away from the trunk. Press your feet. Do that once more. Connect. And just find your exhalation. And release. Okay? And now bring your feet together. Leave your arms where they are. So they're at an angle. The palms are on the floor. Feet are together. Just drop your knees to the right. Try not to disturb the left shoulder. Wherever your knees drop, they drop. Don't do any extra movements right now because we're going to just progressively move. Just drop the knees to the right. Observe. Take a breath in. Go back to your breathing. And just look for an exhale. Awareness through your left side. And then again, lower belly to navel. The energy of the lower belly to navel, navel to spine, brings the knees back up. So it becomes lighter. You're using the abdominal connection. Knees to the left. Let them drop. Take an exhale here. That's it. Whatever that drop is for you, even if the knees separate, let them separate. Take a breath in. See if you can direct with your awareness the exhalation through the left ribs, through the right ribs. And then you connect once you've done the exhalation. It's a little pickup. So there's a connection here. It's called the abdominal lock in yoga, where we're lifting the feeling of the flying up of the abdominal wall and towards the back. In Pilates, it's, of course, you engage and you do your Pilates in a similar fashion, but we use it a lot in our yoga practice once you get practicing to help you connect to your center. We're going to change the shift of the legs. The left knee thigh crosses over the right. So we're coming into what we call eagle legs, lying down. So you cross well. Keep that crossing, and now we're just going to drop to the left. The left knee went over, we're dropping to the left. Whatever your drop is, to the left. So we're taking the right thigh with us. Feel the shift through the hip. Let it go. Try and keep the body still. Keep the head in the middle. Go with the breath. Squeeze those thighs. Exhale. Connect to your center. And see if you can bring it up with that little pull from the navel to the spine. So there's an energetic shift. We'll keep the same bind and we'll go to the right. Just let it drop. There you go. Observe the difference. And again, use your breath. And exhale. So when we work with the legs and we work deep at the base of the spine, we're working through the earth energy. We're trying to just create a shift through the earth. Through the belly, connect and bring it back. Uncross. Left knee, feet together. And now let's do the right. So cross, connect, and over to the right first. So we bring the left thigh down. That's it. Exhale here. Another breath in. And just find the softness through the side body, connecting to the center. Squeeze the thighs and bring yourself up. Uncross. And let's change over to the other side. Okay, cross and let's drop. Sorry, you didn't change. That's me going ahead of myself. Keep the same bind where the right is over the left. You're just going to drop over to the other side. We're off to the left. Let it drop. That's it. And again, back to the center with your breath first. So breathe in, breathe out. Really connect through the ribs, through the lower belly, picking it up through that energetic shift. Lovely. And release. Okay. Take your feet as wide as the mat and just let the inner knees fall towards one another. And just close your eyes for a moment. Exhale. Let the ground take over. And stay connected with your arms and your palms as you walk the feet back together and the knees back together. Now, I want you to press your feet and lift the hips up. So we press the feet, lift the tailbone up, shift the tailbone a little bit to the left. So we're going to over-exaggerate the eagle legs. So you shifted the hips and the tailbone to the left, okay? Then from here, the right knee over the left, right knee over the left, and we're going to come to the right. So you're going to get more of a shift off your hip. You want to try and maintain the left elbow, shoulder down on the floor. So there's a little more coming through off that hip for you. Try and stay in the middle with your gaze, your head. Breathe into the side body. Exhale. Squeeze those thighs. See if we can drop a little more. Before we squeeze the thighs, come up to the center. Okay. From here, first uncross. Press the feet, lift the tailbone up, back to the middle. Now press your feet, lift the hips, tailbone, over to the right. Shift the hips to the right first, pick the hips up, shift them, and now take the left knee over the right. And again, off you go to the left. That's it. Let that drop happen. There's a little shift going on through what we call the outer hip and the outer legs. Take a breath in. You want to exhale. Go ahead, squeeze those thighs. And through your center, we come back. Okay, and uncross. And feet back to the middle. Take the feet as wide as the mat. And let the knees, inner knees drop inward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. So you're going to walk your feet together and bring the soles of the feet together. So the outer edges of the feet touch and we're going into bound angle. So we're opening the inner thighs wide, okay? Move the shoulder blades in, press the outer edges of the feet, arms go up, shoulders go down. Hold on to the elbows, move away and take the elbows overhead. Take a deep breath in into that space. So you breathe into the armpit, chest, the elbows. Press the outer edges of the feet as you exhale. Do one more inhale. Look for your exhale. Bring the elbows back. Extend the arms up. Palms face one another. Change the hold of the elbows. Hold the other way. And over they go. And again, pressing the outer edges of your feet. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. So very different practice this morning. Very grounded. Very much on the floor. Very restorative practice. Not as active or standing that we've been doing through the hamstrings and the hips. We can come back to that next week. And then again, bring those elbows back and extend the arms up. Take the palms to the outer thighs, bring the inner thighs together. Okay. And then lift the feet off the floor and bring your thighs to your chest. Put your hands on the top of the knees and just gentle circles on the tailbone. Very gentle. Try and get a full circle in. Try not to miss out any parts. So really feel any obstacles on your tailbone along the way. A few little bumps, just check in. Really connecting to the ground. There's no speed involved in this. There's understanding how you need to connect to the ground through the tailbone. And reverse the circle. Just little circles, adjusting. And every now and then remind yourself you're here to connect to your center. We want to bring the lower belly to the navel, navel to the spine. Where what we're trying to do is shift something around your earth energy, coming towards your abdomen, water energy, towards your navel, fire energy. Okay, so just really igniting the lower triangle. Feet go back to the floor. Now the feet are hip width. Take your belt. Now, I said that if you have a yoga belt, some of you have a strap of some sort. Some of you are going to use a towel, which is fine. If you do have a yoga belt, eventually, if you aim to get one, we can do marvels with this yoga belt, but it's everyone needs to have the same strap in order to get the same work in. But for now, we're just going to keep the feet on the floor, the knees are bent, okay? The feet are hip width. The right thigh comes to the chest, that belt goes around the arch of the right foot. And I'd like you to have two straight arms and moving the inner heel to the ceiling. And we want to move the thigh bone back so the back of the leg opens. Left foot pressing firmly on the floor. We're just going to be here and let the back of the leg open. Shoulders down. Very soft action here, but working through the thigh bone going back. The key is the thigh bone. It's a heavy part of the leg. So if you can move the front thigh to the back thigh, feel the back of the knee opening up. Moving on, we take the strap, both parts of the strap in the right hand. The left palm sits on the left hip, okay? And then from here, you just rotate the leg so the sole of the right foot angles over to the right. We're going to press the left leg, take the right leg out to the right, slowly. Try and bend the right elbow and bring it on the floor in line with the shoulder. You don't want to be dropping that right leg, by the way, on the floor. You want to keep it floating in mid-air because you want to keep the left foot grounded and not let the left knee follow. So it's in mid-air somewhere, unless you're really open in the hips and you can extend the legs so far out without disturbing your left foot, left hip, or left buttock off the floor. If you're feeling as if it's just falling off to the side, you take a yoga brick or a support or a pillow and put it underneath your right thigh. So you have a support underneath the right thigh. So you're not toppling over because you don't want to topple over. Okay, extend into the heel, press the left foot, breathe in. You may need to bend the right knee to come up, or you bring the straight leg up, you flex the heel, you bring the thigh close to you, then you move the back of the thigh away and release the leg and put the foot on the floor. And now extend both legs out to the mat, palms on the floor, exhale. Close your eyes, just breathe in and breathe out. And then from here, bend the knees again, press the feet on the floor, adjust your tailbone, and the belt goes around the left foot. So the thigh comes to the chest, hold on to the belt, straight leg up. Now, whatever that leg, straight leg up is for, each of us are different at the back of the leg, the hamstrings. So we work gently, no force here. You try and keep your arms straight. You're not pulling or tightening your hands around the belt, gently holding, just allowing the belt to support the sole of the foot. Let's take the thigh away from us. Press the right foot. Work the front left thigh to the back of the thigh. So every now and then, extending into the heel. Take a breath in. Breathe out. So we take the belt into the left hand now. Hold both straps and the right palm on the right hip bone, because you want to keep that there. We don't want to disturb the right foot or the right hip bone. And then the left leg goes all the way out to the left. So find that space and move the left leg all the way out to the left. And again, you don't want that leg to drop because it's heavy. You have to have control. It needs to go all the way out, extend the leg, And again, if you need a support underneath the back of the left thigh, so it's not falling off to the side, you can do that. So whatever that extension out to the side is for you, control with the standing foot, that's it. Take a couple of exhales. If you've got furniture or something in the way, just move the body to the side so you have lots of space to extend the leg. Try not to let it drop down, as it's heavy. You need to have some control with it. Press the standing foot. Take an inhale. If you need to bend the knee, please bend the knee to bring the leg up. Great. Put the foot back on the floor and straighten both legs. So both legs are extended, palms by the side. Breathe in. Exhale. Soften through the abdomen. Observe your breathing. And then from here, we'll take both legs. So again, tailbone moves forward, thighs to your chest, belt around the soles of the feet. Can we take both legs up? So we want to now have 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. And you want to move into the heels. You do not want to bring the thighs close to you because then you lift the tailbone off the floor. Tailbone stays down, extended legs, inner heels to the ceiling, outer heels to the ceiling. Try and bring the inner ankles together. That's it. Bring the toes towards your chest, but keep moving the thighs back so the back of the legs open. Find your stillness, take a breath in, take a breath out. Now, if you can bring the lower belly to the navel and the navel to the spine now and connect that, you can bring your hands back on the floor and it's just the legs are being held up. But that's abdominal now. It's working through the abdomen. You're looking for it. You're working through it. So it's really finding that connection of lower belly to navel. If the lower back is being used and there's any discomfort in the lower back, you should really bend your knees or go back and hold the belt. Take a deep breath in, flex the heels, lower belly to navel, navel to spine, thighs back, and yeah, let those legs work. Exhale, connect through the abdominal muscles, hold the belt, bend the knees, thighs to your chest. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And then from here, you put both feet on the floor, palms by your side. Press the left foot, that right thigh to your chest, right leg straight up. How does it feel? Flex into the heel. Now, if you can, you lower the right leg and it floats just above the floor. Hold on to it. Work, press left foot, extend right leg. Exhale completely. We find our stillness. We take a breath in, we exhale. If you can bring the straight leg up, you bring it back up. Lower belly to navel brings it back up. You take it back down, lower belly to navel, you take it back down, you exhale. Lower belly to navel, you bring it back up. Exhale here. So we do a lot of leg lifts in a yoga practice. It works on what we call the abdominal muscles, but there's a Sanskrit name for it. It's working through what we call the center, back up. So when we do leg lifts in the morning, we have to prepare the legs to do the leg lifts, single leg lifts, double leg lifts, and so it goes on. We'll do another couple more. And it's not about swinging, it's about lifting. It's about lifting the energy of the lower belly to the navel to bring it up. The leg may be heavy, but the energy needs to be light. It comes up. Okay, and then bend the knee and put the foot on the floor. Be still. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let's go with the other one, thigh to chest. Flex the foot. Both are going to be different. because the energy of both sides is different. Flex the heel all the way down. Press the standing foot. Connect lower belly to navel, brings the leg up. So it's the energetic lift that brings the leg up, but you don't want your leg to be heavy. The leg is the vehicle. We want to break through the energy. So when you do leg lifts, single leg lifts up, you're not just working through both sides of your spinal channel. You've got three main channels there. Of course, we have so many lines of energy. Keep going, keep lifting, connecting to your center, staying connected to your center as you lower, staying connected to your center as you lift. Yeah, so really finding that pick up through the lower belly to navel action here. That's it. And you can practice your leg lifts. We aim for a minute on either side. Single leg lifts is accessible for most ones we practice, and put the foot on the floor. It's the double ones that are the most challenging. Press the tailbone down, bring your feet in line with your knees, so you've got them in line with the ankles. This is where the abdominal wall starts to kick in. If your ankles are in line with the knees, then you've picked your energy up. It's when the ankles drop, we lose the energy. So you've got this lovely pickup here. From here, extend the legs. So the legs are at 60 degrees. Right? So that's when it goes a little bit towards the abdomen. This is where there's a little more work involved. Okay, yeah. And then you bend your knees, thighs to your chest, and you hold on to your shins. So it's from here that you want to shoot those legs out to 60 degrees. Out they go, 60 degrees, hold, breathe in, lower belly to navel, exhale, and bring the thighs back. Now, I know some of you may do Pilates and you may feel this is very much like Pilates. Well, of course it is, but this came first. And it's a very specific practice in yoga that we have to work through what we call our abdominal muscles. That's our center. We like to call it the center, the will, the powerhouse of the practice. And of course, the center that links the lower body to the upper triangle. Yeah, so really connected. Couple more, extend. And then normally from here and come back. We'll do one more, and then from here we will carry on, but we're not doing it today. You can practice, but without using your lower back muscles. From the 60-degree angle, the heels would go down through the lower belly to navel, they would come up to 60 degrees. That's a lot of work. So you need to lighten the load on the legs, okay? Hands on the top of your knees, everyone, make a circle. A lot of self-practice tips there if you wish to settle down and do what we call Nabi Kriya. Nabi is a center around the navel. Kriya means exercise, basically working those abdominal muscles, which are 4 layers beneath the skin surface. If you can rock yourselves up, ladies, come up and sit. I know time flies and it's never enough for me because I've always so much to want to do and share. And come in, straighten the legs. Take your belt. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, well, let's take another 5-10 minutes, shall we? So you've got the legs. Now, when we sit, we take the inner thighs down. Sit on a folded blanket or sit on a foam yoga block. So you've got a little bit of a lift underneath your tailbone so you're not sinking. Take your belt and put it around the soles of your feet again, and then sit up. Now we do a lot of standing, but of course there's a lot of seated practice in yoga. There's a lot of work that we do seated, and it's very calming and therapeutic. So try and bring the inner thighs down, and you just walk your hands towards the belt or the strap, whatever you're using this morning, and sit up tall. And it's the same work, thighs down, lower belly to navel. Feel the shift. Instead of the energy dropping, you want to thighs down, physical body, Okay, energetic, physiological body, lower belly to navel, navel to spine. If you can keep that, you release the belt, put the palms by the hips. But keep on connecting, thighs down, lower belly to navel, sit yourself up. If we can do that, we take the arms up, breathe in. It's again bringing some heat through the lymphatic system. Interlock your hands, palms up. Take a deep breath in, reach the palms up, thighs down. Exhale. Again, inhale, palms up, thighs down, shoulders down. Exhale. And release. Take the strap and hold both sides with your left hand. Okay, take your right arm out. Exhale. Keep working through the heels. Take the right arm out. Take a breath in. Exhale. Put the right hand on the floor behind you and walk forward with your left. Turn the chest. Tiny. So we did a lot of standing turns in the practice recently. Now these are seated. Walk your hands down the belt. Press the fingertips on the floor. Turn the chest. Try to just turn the chest and exhale. The head will turn if the chest turns. You want to exhale. You will bring the left side over. Can you take the left elbow out? Take the left elbow out to the side and bring the side body down. Take the left elbow out to the side and bring the side body down. Great. Now bring the right arm round. You might be able to come towards the foot. That's it. Don't force it or you've got the belt. You may be able to release the belt and take the left hand around the foot. Don't force it. Don't use your lower back muscles. It's the legs, lower belly to navel, navel to spine. Exhale, take your chest forward. Release your gaze down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Do one more inhale. One more exhale. Seated forward bends are very therapeutic, but we need to be careful when we do seated forward bends. The lifeline stretch, the life nerve stretch comes from the back of the heel, through the back of the legs, through the buttocks, through the central channel. Inhale, come up. Hold the strap. So readjust, sit up, breathe in. Exhale. Sit, so hold the strap with your right arm, left arm out. Already that left arm out is helping you turn, helping you turn. Left hand on the floor, and we take a walk down the belt. Press the fingertips, turn. Exhale, walk down the belt. Turn. Exhale. Keep going to your maximum. Turn. Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale as you bring, take the elbow out on the right, chest forward. Elbow bends to the right, chest forward. A little bit, just take your time, elbow to the right, chest forward, and you may be able to sweep that left hand round. You might come to the foot. Take your time, take a breath in, right hand, or you still got the belt. Exhale, chest over your thighs, head down, breathe in. Exhale. Take your lower belly towards your spine. And release. Now take those legs and all the energy through the legs into a very systematic downward facing dog. So you come onto all fours, you press your palms, you really knuckle down and you don't take that energy, you really separate the fingers, roll the outer arms to the inner arms, curl the toes under, think about the legs, think about the work you've done, think about the breathing. You take an exhale, so breathe in here, let's do an open cow position, flex your spine, breathe in. Exhale, draw the belly up to the navel, navel to the spine, drop your head down, tailbone in, round the back, exhale. And then come to neutral, gaze forward, curl the toes under, lift the hips up. Think about the work you've done on the legs. Move your thighs back, move your thighs back. Lift the lower belly to the navel, lift the hips up. Take your chest to your thighs. Take a breath in, press your palms, keep the hips high, well done. So prepare the legs, prepare the energy in the body. And then when we come into practice, when we come into standing strength practice, sometimes from seated, there's a different calmness around the body. There's a different shift in the mind. There's a more quiet feeling that you can just be still and practice. Because we've shifted the energy around the tailbone, the belly, the lower back, and the legs have been charged. And you can find your stillness and do your breathing. Keep moving your thighs back. Take another breath in. Release the shoulders. Exhale. And slowly. You can come through a high plank pose and put your knees down. And then from here, release the hands. So left forearm on the floor. Elbow away from you. Right hand in front of you. Forehead rests on the forearm. And just melt the right shoulder towards the ground. Tailbone high, buttocks spreading, heart space melting into the ground. Breathe in. Exhale. Finish the exhale. Connect the lower belly to your spine. Feel the connection melt deeper. So really slowing it down, working with the breath, will allow you to take that off the mat into your day, because it allows you to back off in the way we live, the way we react, the way we need sometimes to just slow down, take that moment, get the exhale in, connect to your center. Inhale, come up, other side, other forearm on the floor, other arm extends, forehead down, melt, breathe in, exhale, find your center. And now let's see if we can take that into melting heart on the floor. So you go back to both hands on the floor. You find your 4-point kneeling here. And again, this is just you exploring. We try not to bring the hips forward or move them back. We stay in the center. You look forward. You want to walk your hands as far forward as possible without bringing the hips forward. Whatever that walk is for you, and it's literally, as it says, melting the heart to the ground. Land with your forehead, but focus on, can I melt my heart to the ground? Don't make it too intense if it's too much for your arms. If you need to bend the elbows, go ahead and rest the arms on the floor. More active will be obviously working with the palms down and the arms extended. It's quite a lot to get that back chest melting down to the ground. Well done. Take a couple more exhales if you can. Yeah. And if you feel you're tipping forward, tip the tailbone back a little bit. There you go. Wonderful. And very slowly find your way back. And simply go and connect your hips to your heels. Balasana baby pose. Back of the hands to the feet, head down. Now, if you lose connection of your buttocks to your heels, you want to have something for your forehead, either a foam block, so you rest your forehead. Don't fly forward. It's about connecting your tail to your heels. Don't fly forward. Yeah, stay connected. Back of the hands on the floor, forehead resting. Come onto the hairline, so you tip forward more around the hairline, not just sinking into the forehead. Eyes closed. Go to your breath. And now you should be breathing into your back body. And exhaling through all that compression, front body to thighs. But still finding a way to connect lower belly to navel after the exhale. And taking a moment in Balasana baby pose to connect to yourself, to go back to the source, to go back within. Are you holding the shoulders up? Let them go, let them drop, let them melt. Take an inhale. As you exhale, keep your eyes closed. Slowly bring yourself up and sit on your heels. Put your palms on your thighs. Keep your chin towards your chest, your gaze inward. Be still. Awareness on your breath. Just observe you. Observe the quiet, the stillness. Perhaps waves of energy just coming through. Because it was so seated, it was so grounded that a shift will occur. Palms to your heart space, elbows down. Inhale. As you exhale, bow your head. Namaste, ladies. Thank you for practicing.